You can see my screen,
Yeah, we can
guys?
see you.
Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. So that's good. Now, so onboarding 2.0. Can someone tell me, since you guys are from a background of success factors, right? What made SAP to go with onboarding 2.0? Any idea? What made SAP to go with onboarding 2.0?
Probably better user interface, better
Mm-hmm.
integration.
Okay, right. And any other answers? Before going discussing further, can someone tell me what do you mean understanding by onboarding? Yeah. In a layman's terminology, anybody. What do you mean by onboarding? The term onboarding, and what do you understand? How it works? In a general, whenever you join a company, so probably you guys are experienced. So what are the things that you do as part of your onboarding?
So in
We tell
lemon, I
our
would say,
yeah.
Hey, go ahead,
yeah.
anyone. Yes. Let's take your inputs.
So
Huh.
like taking all the requirement documents from the candidate before hiring in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Right.
Making sure that
validating requirement.
making sure that all the compliance documents are received, like
Mm-hmm.
tax and their payroll documents.
Compliance forms. Next.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
So onboarding is a joining web-based joining portal where the candidates can submit their documents as well as it can be verified by the employers, and it can be resent and re-verified and make the onboard and joining process very smoothly to the system, and which can be integrated easily with the database.
Good. Yeah, thanks for your insight on these items. Yes, joining formalities, for example, if Sai is joining in an organization, right? On the day one, what he need to do it, right? So what happens, guys, in most of the companies, as soon as you there is an induction, joining, and to know your company, how many times, how many days you need to spend hardly, right? Where you're not productive, meaning for 5 to 10 days you will be with the HR filling the forms, right? To know your manager, to get into a project. So when I worked in HCL, I was on bench for more than 2 months because I was not know who is I'm reporting, where I have to go, whom I have to meet. So it is a kind of ambiguity, confusion. So in this tenure, is it a beneficial to the organization or beneficial to the candidate? In this tenure of not knowing anything, is it a win-win situation for the organization, guys?
No.
No, it's not.
It's not. So why? Because it is a loss, right? They pay you and you are on bench and you don't know whom to report. So the major purpose of onboarding is, of course, I do agree, guys. As per technicality, your document submission, compliance forms, and verifying of the documents, right? So the productivity you would be starting from the day one. Meaning, if anyone, right? If Sai is joining an organization, right? He's working in a company by name Wipro or something, and he's supposed to join in 15th Feb of this month, right? 2026. So what happens? With the purpose of onboarding, what it will facilitate basically, he or she would be submitting all the onboarding formalities by, let me put it here, by 10th of February, right? So meaning he will complete all his documentation, the compliance forms, basically the signature, right? For example, somebody please be on mute, okay? Right. So basically what happens? There is an opportunity for him to complete all the documents, the signatures, everything. He will know where is the body, where to sit, whom to meet, what is his project, everything he would be get to know on the day one, meaning as soon as he joins, right, on 15th, you can make him productive. So that is a major whole purpose of onboarding, right? So that's the reason most of the customers are going ahead, if they'll ask you why I have to implement onboarding, right? They may ask you. So you can tell him, yeah, these are the documents and it's for a smoother process of the onboarding to the organization. And the major purpose is he will be productive on the day one. Okay. So that is the major purpose of onboarding. Now, one question to you guys. Thanks for your inputs. Yeah, you guys, whatever you have said, all are right. But if you ask me about the functionality, the candidate would be productive from the day one. Okay. Now, let's what made SAP to go with onboarding 2.0 instead of having 1.0? Any thoughts or any rough idea you guys have? You have to 1.0, right? Do you guys know SAP? We right now they're using 1.0.
Sorry?
Onboarding 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made SAP to get into? So these are the questions you as a consultant, right? Whenever you are going any project, you should understand why are you learning the course, what I am taking out of it, what is the purpose of it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a question. If the customer asks you, okay, guys, tell me why I have to purchase onboarding 1.0. Sorry, go with 2.0 rather than 1.0. What is the SAP plan behind it? Any thoughts? Let's make this session interactive so that everyone can share their views and it will be productive. Yeah.
I guess onboarding 1.0 was third party system.
Uh-huh. Third party.
And
Maybe better UI experience for SAP Onboarding 2.0.
Hmm.
And from what I know, it is very easily integrated into EC than 1.0.
All right. So
and the task was done by the hiring manager, I guess, in the 1.0, but in 2.0 we have the feature of responsible group, so we can define that.
good. As you rightly said, onboarding 1.0 is a third party system, right? So one question to you. If you're going for a shopping mall, right? So you find you have different varieties of brand. So my question is, would you like to go to a place where you have all varieties or a particular showroom or Louis Philippe outside? What do you prefer?
So all the variety there.
Yeah, because you can go quickly, you can accessibility, you can good amount of there is a savage of time, right? They will not have any frustration, nothing, right? So what happens is onboarding 1.0 is a third party, which is not a product of SAP, right? You guys agree? So whenever you are in a team or whenever you get everything at a single place, we go there because it is a product. The purpose of it is everything is having the same suit, right? So having said this is from a third party, right? So it is very difficult, for the integration purpose. What is that? Integration with success factors. It's there are customers had many pains, right? So because it's a third party system, the integration between SF and third party, sorry, the success factors and third party system, that is onboarding 1 was very painful, and that there are many data issues where the data is not seamlessly integrated between the modules. So SAP had a solution for it. So they thought, okay, let us develop a product which is purely based on EC data structures, right? So that there would be because as you guys know, EC is a core system, right? So it is a core system. You have your time off, time sheets, and everything in that. So whenever you have a product of the same line, as I said, if you go for a forum or any Nexus mall, you will get everything at a single place. You can get everything rather than you go out. Okay, you spend your time. Okay, so it is a very painful for you, right? Here also, if you get everything from the same product, there is a seamless integration across all the modules. That is topmost priority, right? Henceforth, SAP has Took some time, right? Based on the customer pain points, right? Basically the integration, they came up and finally they have, come up with a solution that is nothing but your onboarding 2.0. So this is, which is purely on EC data structures. Now, next question. So since you guys are in EC, I mean, sorry, someone has some doubt?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. As I said, EC is a prerequisite for onboarding 2.0. Is it essential that you need to have experience on EC? Any idea, guys? Any idea?
Maybe not
we have
that
some
much
basic
experience, but we need to
basic
understand
idea.
how data is coming.
So basically, you should understand what is an object, right? What is an MDF framework, right? And how they're as onboarding 2.0, onboarding, right? 2.0 is purely built on EC data structures, and MDF, metadata framework. So henceforth, as a consultant, it's not required that you need to have extensively experience. If you have experience, well and good. If not, you should have the basic understand the navigation and how to what is an object, what does it contains, and few terminologies and what are the data models that you have. Okay, so I can explain you going forward if you guys don't have the background of EC. As a consultant, you should understand what is the EC and what are the data models you have, the basic stuff, not extensively the configuration, right? Where to go, how to navigate. Because onboarding 2.0 is purely from is purely based out of EC data structures, which is driven by the business rules. Okay, so
Now I have a question.
please.
So only if customers implemented already EC, then only they will go and implement onboarding these modules, right?
See, basically, if there are few customers till now I have not seen, okay, few customers where they don't have EC, but they are go with onboarding 2.0 implementation. However, you have to enable mini EC for it. Okay, the MDF framework and other stuff, there are some prerequisites they need to enable it so that the onboarding module can be implemented. But 90% most of the customers have EC as a master data. So that would most of the scenarios, most of the implementations and what we have, right? So EC is the core master data. Is that answer to your question?
Okay, okay. So like it is possible to implement onboarding without EC also, but it's not correct. Correct.
It's not like it's not correct. We can do that, but you have to enable few mini master EC, mini data.
Okay,
Like
okay.
MDF is mandatory for it.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, folks, still here? What we have seen? Right. And if you want to get into a project, right, as part of your onboarding 2.0, one question that should arise in your mind, I should be certified in onboarding 2.0 or should I be certified in EC? So as per this, you should be get certified in both the modules to get a provisioning access. So I know any idea or understanding, guys, what do you mean by provisioning an instance? Do you want to explain those concepts or you guys are aware of it?
I mean, we know a little bit
I'm
like
aware.
provision is the backend access, only certified SAP consultant will be having it. And from there we can, activate instance and give access to other project team members and give them
Yeah.
admin access.
That's true. Provisioning is the backend system. Okay, backend. Backend system, it's a one-time activity. What do? You enable all the switches by doing the enabling the check marks. So initially don't get worried. You go your implementation guide. As you know, there are changes that are happening in the SuccessFactors system, right? So sometimes you need to get into the implementation guide, check those check marks, what are responsible for your respective modules. So provisioning is the backend system. It's a one-time activity. As you rightly said, only the certified consultants certified consultants will have access to that. Okay. So as part of your onboarding, you want to get certified in onboarding. 2.0 is not sufficient. You should be certified in EC to raise the provisioning access. Okay. So where do you raise the provisioning access, guys? Any idea? Any idea where do you raise the provisioning access?
We need to use the SID.
HXM Cloud Ops, right? So you
Yeah,
have,
products.
that is there. Anyway, you'll get your SUs ready, Cloud Ops, right? Sorry.
Oh,
You need to raise it from HXM Cloud Ops, right? So let me come back. Let me re-explain you. Provisioning is the backend. Only certified consultant will have access to that. You can raise provisioning from your HXM Cloud Ops, right? To get onboarding, you should be certified in EC and also in onboarding to get the provisioning access, right? So till here, any questions? Now, whatever we have seen till now is what is onboarding, what made SAP to go for 2.0, and what are the basic functionalities of document collection, signature, compliance forms, everything we have seen as part of the initial discussions that we had, right? So as I said, onboarding, right, is based on EC data structures. Can someone tell me how many data models you have in EC? Data models you have?
we
Any
have
idea?
a
Foundation of
employee
technical culture.
country level data model.
Hmm.
And in backend we have global XML and country level XMLs.
Hmm. Yeah, models in EC, right? You have CDM, corporate data model, right? And CSF, CSF,
Session data.
CSS, country specific corporate
Country.
data model, right? And succession, okay, country specific CSF succession, right? So CSF succession. So the same data models would be used in onboarding 2.0. As we clearly iterated, that onboarding 2.0 is purely built on easy data structures, right? So,
Okay.
hmm. Now, can someone tell me what do you mean by an instance? Instance, any idea? What do you mean by instance? What are you going to do?
Instance is like the end user who uses, which has
All right. Yeah, instance is nothing but your front-end system, right? So where you do the configuration. What is the backend? Provisioning, right? You enable all the functionalities. Everything would be coming up in your front end from where you start the configuration. All right. So this is what I would like to tell you, and let me quickly share my PPT. Let's not spend much time on it. So after that, we'll quickly log in and see the demo how it looks like. Okay. All right. Let me put it in the presenting mode. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we have understood what is 1.0, what is 2.0, and what is the difference, what made SAP, and who would have access to onboarding 2.0, right? And what do you mean by onboarding? Okay, let's check further. So the agenda for today is we have to see improvisations 1.0 versus 2.0. What is your onboarding process? What is your offboarding process? Basically, sorry, any questions?
No.
Huh. So as part of onboarding, right, we have onboarding, offboarding, and crossboarding and role-based permissions. I'll give a quick glimpse of it. However, we would deep dive on our on these areas whenever we are doing our real-time sessions, right? So let's go with it as part of the slide presentations. So if you see this, what are the key improvements, right? What made SAP, right? What are the benefits of having 1.0 to onboarding 2.0? So You see, if you see this, the integration, there is a correct or seamless data flow between the systems, right? And you have the MDF. You see, MDF is a metadata framework, which is an extensibility where you can create your fields and you can integrate with other modules. It will give you a lot of user friendly for the customers, having said with the MDF framework. So with regards to 1.0, they use the legacy structure, the third party systems. So the customization is not so good. And as you guys rightly stated, the user interface is the Fiori based user interface, and which is whenever the look and feel I'm talking about, right? It is good when compared to the onboarding 1.0. And you have the signatures and signatures. For example, if you do any signatures in onboarding 2.0, it is a good facilitation whenever you're doing your compliance forms, right? Whenever you are filling your PF, that you need to do the signature to authorize, what is the share that you want to contribute to your spouse or your there are some signatures in Indian statutory, right? This signature is fully supported. You have your DocuSign and what else? And the usability, like for example, I can track the onboardees in the system. That we will anyway, I'll show you in the demo system, you will understand, right? And more or less, the permissibility, auditability, everything is crystal clear in onboarding 2.0, and majorly the integration. Okay, so this is a major improvement between onboarding 1.1 and 2.0. So integration. So basically, it's an integration, as we correctly stated. We spoke about it, right? The automatic data flow. There is some recruit to hire data mapping, right? For example, when a candidate, how a candidate would be coming into onboarding, guys? Can someone tell me how a candidate would be coming to onboarding from where?
Yeah, so it's coming from recruiting, and we have options to add new hire directly and from the third party system, I would say.
Yeah, good. So basically, when I want to onboard anyone of you, right? How do you do? For example, what is the process? There is a job requisition that is posted in the market, and you guys start applying, right? This is all about the recruiting, right? You guys
Correct.
start applying for it, and interview one, interview two, and as soon as we feel that you are good to the position, once you are selected, we roll the offer letter to you. From there, where we initiate the onboarding. There, the cycle of RCM is done. From there, the candidate would be in uh, EC. Okay, in the sense onboarding or both are same on the data structures, I mean to say. So where you initiate the onboarding, from there the onboarding process comes into picture. So that deep information, how does it works, what are the steps are there in onboarding 2.0, that we will check it in our upcoming classes. Just bear with me, guys. Just try to understand the integration. There is a seamless integration between RCM and onboarding, right? And there will not be any data issues. And the process of task, for example, if someone is joining, if X is joining the company, right? So as a hiring manager, I need to do a favor, not favor, I need to help the onboardee. So how I have to do his buddy assignment, where he need to recommended people, where he need to set his project details, everything. These are the nothing but the tasks with regards to your hiring manager. These are the jargons you should understand. Any module you have to go, you are learning, you should understand the jargons for it, right? Native jargons. So these are the tasks for a hiring manager. Those things, what are the tasks, how to configure them? Yes, everything we will look into them at a later point, right? So
So
this.
one question here, Sham.
Hmm, hmm.
So this integration, we need not do anything, right? It will automatically happen.
No, integration we have to do. Okay. For example, if you're coming from RCM, yeah, you are coming from RCM, right? So you are being hired. There is a concept called recruit to hire data mapping. Mapping like your first name, last name, your date of birth, everything would be moved to your onboarding system.
Okay.
Hmm. That is not a manual. right? There is some configuration we need to do that would facilitate, to do this further
Okay.
configuration or a smoother data flow. Yeah. So there is no point of you re-enter the data again.
Okay, understood.
Mhm. All right. Moving on. So this is a process, guys. Okay, just a onboarding process overview. So as we discussed, how the candidate comes to onboarding from RCM or from, as you correctly stated, from your add new hire to onboarding from the system itself and from ATS system, third party applicant tracking system. It need not be an RCM. Okay, from there the candidate would be coming to your onboarding, right? So first step, this is the standard process. Okay, what SAP has given, it doesn't mean that everybody should follow it, right? So as per the standard, you have the following steps. That is, as soon as the candidate is initiated the onboarding, review new hire data, meaning the hiring manager would review the data, what data is coming from RCM, right? If required, he maintains some data. Okay, once this step is done, okay, there is a personal data collection, and subsequently both these tasks would trigger at the same time. Okay, where the candidate would receive an email and he fills the data, right? Personal data collection, and after that, if there are any additional data collection or compliance forms or document flow, these are the sequential steps that are required. Okay, once the additional data is done, the document flow, if there is any signature between both the parties, right? After that, the candidate is available in manage pending hires, right? From manage pending hires, you would be in the EC system. So the flow is, guys, can someone tell me the flow, how the candidate comes to EC? One, from
Through
RCM,
RCM,
onboarding, and in EC via manage pending hires.
pending hires.
From there, you will be starting hiring an employee. So this is a standard process. It doesn't mean that everybody should process. Some customers will not use the first step. Directly they use this step. And some customers will not use the data collection. Some customers will not use the document flow. So it is purely a customer specific, right? For India, if you are working for a multi-global companies, right? If you see for India, you have this particular pattern. For US, the onboarding process is, no, I don't want to have a review new hire data step. I want to have only this and document additional data collection. For UK, I want to have this personal data collection compliance form. So all these propagations, the requirements can be met. How it is, there is a design for it. We will check into that in detail. Okay, this is the standard onboarding process.
So, Sham, how do we know what the customer wants? Like, will we, as a consultant, from a consultant perspective, we give them the solution, right? Or they will modify?
Yeah, that's a good question. So basically, you're meeting a customer and you have an onboarding implementation, right? So what will you do as part of your best practice? You give them a demo. You will explain a deck show, right? So this is the process how it works, like how I am teaching you guys. Okay, the same process will be there for the customer. These are the steps you have, and let us know what are the things that you would require. So they will tell us, yes, we don't have the first step or you have the first step, from where you design this flow. Okay. And after that, you will be starting, once you take the sign off, and also you'll share the workbook also, right? This is the
Mhm.
heart of your onboarding process.
Okay.
Okay. With this, you can generate and proceed with your respective configuration. Is that clear?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
Shyam, I have one doubt here.
Mhm.
So, like when we don't have onboarding, so how the candidate is hired in the EC? Like, do we add the candidate manually in the system, or uh,
See, candidate coming initiating onboarding is of three types. From RCM, there you
yeah,
initiate the onboarding, okay, and external ATS system. For that, there is an integration that needs to be incorporated to establish the integration between onboarding and the third party ATS system. And the other tool is from see some people, right, they don't want to do all these formalities, the top level people. So there is a tool, add new hire to onboarding. Okay, you can onboard them directly from there itself.
Okay.
Huh. So any questions, guys, on this topic? So can we move further? Okay. All right. Thank you. So what happens? See, this is something, an email notification, guys. For example, I have initiated the onboarding where we will talk about, we will see all the configuration where you need to do and how to configure them, how to customize them, those areas which we will look into them in detail. But for you to understand, right, how as a candidate, if I go to the previous step, right, if you have it, there is no first step. I have initiated the onboarding, how the candidate will fill using his login credentials, he will receive a welcome email. Similarly, the same email he fills that he resets the password, he starts filling the data. Okay, moving on. So as soon as he logins to the system, this is a home tile, guys, that he finds, right? This is a tile that he will see for the first time as an onboardee. As I said, you have here login credentials. When you log in with your login credentials, and you'll see this as part of your first, and you'll start filling your, as I said, you see the welcome message, which you have seen, right? So this is how it looks like. And once you start filling, this is how your personal data collection, which is part of your step. You see, you will filling all the data. So all your information, everything will be filled here. Just moving on. Once you fill it, after that you complete. You see, completed successfully the personal data. After that, the additional, and after that, the other tasks. It's data collection. And also signature, which I told you, you need to do the signatures of certain for compliance. So there are few countries SAP is not supporting for all. You have for India, US, UK, Canada, Australia. You have the compliance onboarding support the compliance forms for 5 countries.
Only for 5 countries.
Yes, not all.
Okay.
Hmm.
So if it's another country, what will happen? Like they need
See,
to
that is
integrate.
not built. They have to handle it from other outside the system.
Okay, but it will not get integrated with onboarding 2.0, correct?
No. But see, as I said, the system is getting refined on and on a daily basis, right? So they are introducing some other countries also. But US is supporting good for onboarding 2.0. Of course, others, but US they have everything. There is a memorandum agreement MOU between Homeland of DHS. There is a Ministry of Homeland Services in US, and there is an MOU between directly from SAP. So the verification, everything will be taken care in US. Henceforth, it is onboarding 2.0 is very good in US. They have the good integration.
Okay.
Now the offboarding, guys, the process overview. So what is the prerequisite for offboarding? Can someone tell me what is the prerequisite?
Offboarding in a sense, his employee is completed all the processes, his compliance and everything, and integrated. Then he will get offboarded.
Okay. Any other thoughts? What do you mean by offboarding?
Termination.
Maybe termination.
Termination of the
Yes, good. That's nice. Yeah, termination, right? If I'm getting, for example, I'm resigning a company, first the thing is I should be terminated, right? Henceforth, if I'm getting, let's understand, if you are in a project, right, and if you are getting terminated, what as you are joining other opportunity, you got terminated, and you will be leaving in a month's time. You have your notice period. What are the things that you are going to do?
Handing over assets.
Correct. Okay. Handing over the assets, right? And
Providing KT.
providing the KT, right?
KT.
Of course. What other things? If you see, right, for example, when you got as part of this offboarding, the prerequisite is termination. All right. And after that, there are certain reviews. For example, if I am getting terminated, right, my manager will review my data, right? And also there are certain tasks, as you rightly stated, tracking of the assets, returning the assets, right? And knowledge transfer to your peers, I mean, who supports you after you leave, right? Everything would be tracked. So manager will review this data after that, and the employee also will review the data. He can, if there are any changes, name corrections, because whenever you are moving, right, everything documentation should be correct. So any changes they can do, and they can do the correction and followed with your task, basically your KT tasks or your asserts task. And there are certain tasks, I mean, termination I mean farewell mail to your subordinates. Yeah, so Sai is leaving, so those kind of customization of emails, everything can be taken care in your offboarding process. Okay, what is that? We will check in detail. This is a process view. Once the terminated, the manager will review the data, what everything is correct, what are the changes that he has. After that, the employee would get an opportunity to review it, and at the same time, you have the tasks flow. What are the tasks? In the sense, for onboarding, you understand the concept. I am onboarding you, meaning you don't know where to go. What are these are the activities? These are nothing but your tasks in your onboarding. And samely, right? If you are getting offboarded, what you have to do, you should hand over your assets to your IT team, right? And you need to give the KTs, right? And all the important documents, everything you should hand over. And then only you will get a clean sheet from your IT team. Yes, everything, if there are any dues or anything, everything should be cleared on before you leave the organization. Then only you will get all your documents, right? Similarly, the same
Okay.
process has been incorporated in offboarding. That's it. No, don't by heart it, understand. Then only the subject will be in your mind. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now this is an dashboard, guys. So how does the dashboard looks like? All right, this is the dashboard, how it looks like. An off-body, how is getting terminated, and what are the things, what is the tracking purpose. This is the user interface. Okay, this is the dashboard. We call it as a dashboard. I will show you in the system, you will understand better.
So when you show a system, Sham, you will be showing us for the provisioning, right? Practically, how do we go and set up instance and everything? Or
See, a provisioning is a one-time activity, guys. Okay. What are the enablements? I have to check provisioning. We will talk about that. Provisioning is something, it's a little confidential. So we will check that how to showcase you. But there are hardly 4 to 5. I'll do my best to get some screenshots of it. Simply enable, click on save. You guys are from SuccessFactors background?
Yes.
And yeah, so it's an one-time activity. However, I'll try to get it for you. Okay. So provisioning is one time. Simple. You enable all the switches. That's it. Everything would be coming in the front end. What are the switches that you enable? That I will show you. But major piece of work would be on your 95% of your work would be on your instance. Okay.
okay. Okay.
And what I can tell you is whenever, see, most of the questions, okay, practicing, sometimes you may not get the result, guys. Demo system are not correctly sync. Okay. So understand the concept, try to put yourself, practice it wherever you can. Don't get demotivated if you're not getting the results in a demo system. Okay. 100% accuracy, we will not get it. Okay. But we will do our best to get it. Since people are practicing and onboarding, demo systems are little, not that much free as other systems. The SAP has done much of restrictions at this point, but you understand the process. If you are working on a project, I have seen you, most of the guys of you are in a real-time project, you explore your system, and also you can practice them in your demo or your practice instance as well. Okay. However, your best practice is you have to understand the process, create the process variant. I'm telling you, you will not get 100% accurate results in a demo. Now, crossboarding. What do you mean by crossboarding? Can someone tell me what do you mean by crossboarding?
Like home to host employees working here but moves to another country, and then
Yeah.
An employee is moving from one position to another position within the organization.
What is that called as?
Internal transfer.
Good. So crossboarding is nothing but your internal hires, and which is nothing but your transfer action in easy, right? It can be intra or inter transfer between the companies. So basically, I am there. I have seen a posting in my company HCL, right? What I do, I start applying for it. Hmm? So when I apply for it, I'm an internal employee, and there is a different process that needs to be routed for it, not a regular process of onboarding. So it is similar to onboarding. Okay, you will understand. Sorry. It is a similar to onboarding. However, you will understand the internal hire process. For now, you keep in your mind crossboarding is nothing but your internal hires where there is a transfer, as you guys rightly stated. You need to do a transfer from one legal entity to other legal entity or within your organization. How to do that? There is a process for it. Crossboarding can be done from recruiting or from EC, but the recommended process is from EC. That is nothing but your transfer action. And this is a process variant for crossboarding. So similar to onboarding, you have the same, right? But there is a quite variation in it in the business rules. We will check that in detail. This is a process variant, the process flow that happens in the crossboarding. As last one, the RBPs, as you rightly stated, RBPs are very essential. I mean, any success factors module, they work on RBPs. What do you mean by RBPs, guys? Can someone tell me quickly the glimpse of RBPs?
restricting the access for all the end users and admins who use what in the instance, who
Okay,
gets how much functionality, restricting user functionality based upon their roles in the organization.
correct. So basically, RBPs are the security framework, right? So they see what are the permissions that you guys need to have, and what are the permissions you give them, and groups. You define the groups and you add the groups to the roles, right? Groups are of two types, granted users and target populations, which you guys are aware of it. So what can someone tell me what is the difference between granted users and target population?
Granted.
Just
So granted user
hmm,
means who is having the permissions in the system for what permissions, but target population. So when we defining the role, we restrict the role to that population. Like on that population, this role will be supported. I guess.
good. Any other thoughts you
Right.
have? Yeah, simple. So let us try to understand granted groups, right? Permission groups are two types. For example, if you take a chief minister of Telangana, right? Who is the chief minister? Revant, right? We grant him the permissions. And can he inherit the permissions of Karnataka? Can he show his power on Karnataka? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
No, right? Because target population is only his permissions are applicable only for the target. He can only do the show his powers on his particular location, that is Telangana, not in Andhra. Similarly, any role PM, he has more like a super admin. He has all powers. Can he? Narendra Modi can show his powers on other country? No. So we are
Yeah.
granting him a role, and he is the person granted users, and target population is only the India. So similarly here, HR manager of India can only we identify few people as a managers. So we grant them the permission, and what they can show, of a particular location, either Bangalore or right or India, we'll define the target population. So granted groups and target populations. That is the similar definition of a layman's terminology. So permissions are the security framework that are applicable across all the modules, right? So anyway, this is the same slide of recruiting to onboarding, RC recruiting to EC and onboarding to EC, the integration, how it is happening. It is not automatic. We have to do the particular configurations, which we will check in our upcoming sessions. So till here, any questions before I jump into the system, guys? Any thoughts or any questions that is welcome? Yeah.
Sham, how the course will be structured? Like, we'll be working on any real time, like any project data, or you'll have any assignments or what? How?
See, what we can do is if things are moving smooth, we can plan. See, for example, if I teach something, right, we will have a quick glimpse of it, and I appreciate any one of you taking some, some idea or 10 minutes, few minutes. They can share their thoughts. This is what I have understood, right? So we can do that, of course. Yes, we can have the real-time areas, the challenges you guys that we face, right? That can be taken care during our course of, during our course. Yes. Is that answer to your question? We'll check
Okay.
that.
I mean, like we will be having any like real time project data to work on, or is it?
See, project data in the sense, yeah, we would share you for example, I will share you a scenario. So for India, I have this process variant. For US, can you create a process variant, Krishna? I don't want to have one step. Can you do it in the system? It's all about the scenario based. So however you practice, however you take it in the classes, right? Definitely that would be helpful for your upcoming interviews. More or less, we will try to, since you guys are, it depends on the team, right? You guys have some good knowledge on SF, people are from different background. We can touch base on the real time stuff as well. Yes.
Okay. So, like after completing the module, we have to do certification, or we can just go with this experience updating
No.
resume?
No, you have to, that's what. If you're working, moving internally in your organization, okay, anyway, certification is mandatory, dear.
Okay, I mean to get into a job outside my system, like outside my office, if there is no IJP, so with this knowledge, with this config knowledge, is it able to we can get job outside, or we need to do certification for sure?
See, if you are moving, who is this? I could not, Sai or Krishna, who is this question? Is this Sai or who raised this question?
It's me only.
See, basically depends, right? Whenever I see that you are working somewhere, so you can get, you can showcase, but certification is mandatory for your provisioning access. If you have an understanding between your company, you can do it because you are not going to touch the provisioning, right?
Okay.
If you ask me, the process wise, you should be certified. If you're working on an implementation, you have to raise the provisioning access. You should be certified. But there are certain folks who operate the system without certified, which is not legal. But as if you ask me, correct process, get certified.
Okay. I mean, recently there has been a change, right, in certification from January 1st. People are talking. Earlier they used to have MCQs, but now it is all
scenario based.
No MCQs, correct, Sam?
Yeah, this what I understood is scenario based questions. Most of my other students, they have not yet started. Okay, they are looking for other sources to get it done, or so most of them we have to see, right? Till I think last week they have blocked the certifications. I think people have started now. So yes, if you ask me technically, you should be certified to get a provisioning access. Right?
Okay.
Can we jump into this demo system?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
If anyone having the certification in EC and now he is into onboarding 2.0, so can he get the access for in the provisioning because he has the certification in EC, not in ONB 2.0?
Huh? Yeah.
It will help.
See, if you are certified in EC and onboarding, you can raise a request for EC and for
Okay.
onboarding. Anyway, in EC, you are independent, you are certified. For onboarding, you should be certified in EC also. Yeah. If you go to
Okay.
that, if you have a question, you can check. This is how you have to build up your knowledge. Go to HXM Cloud Ops, check that,
Hmm.
for onboarding, you will have a THR 81 also in the bracket for onboarding.
Okay.
Meaning you should be certified in both. Like in RCM, earlier we have RMK certification and RCM certification, right? Now recruiting is a solution where meaning you should be certified in both the modules. Is that clear? Answers your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, this is the system. If you see this, and people who are, I think everyone have seen this. So if you check this, this is the front end system. This is the home page. And if you see, these are the respective modules. If you are a super admin, you have access to everything. And this is the onboarding dashboard, which we are seeing now. So this is the onboarding dashboard. So these are the people. For example, Nick, right? So when is his joining date? His joining date is already passed. Okay, start date. So this is the data in the demo system, right? So if you see the screen, the new hire name, for example, if you see test, I yeah. So this is a new candidate, for example. I have made this before our status call before. Just I have add him via add new hire to onboarding. So you see this whenever you see a newly onboarded candidate, if you click on the information, right? He has this task, this personal data has been assigned to this test demo 9. He completed the activities and these are the tasks that has been triggered, right? So the dashboard is something which will track the list of onboardees who are joining, right? And what are the tasks that they are need to be done, or who has completed the task, right? You see, what are the tasks that are overdue, right? You can check everything in this system. What is the data? For example, if you want to see the data collection, you can check it. These are the thing but your filters in your onboarding. Okay, so this is the test candidate which we have just hired, and he is the hiring manager for it. And if you look into this, these are he completed the personal data collection, and these are the tasks that are aligned to the respective manager. Okay, so this is how the onboarding screen looks like. And if you talk about the offboarding,
So after, like, we when we go through your course, once we complete your course, will we, like, can we give the certification examination with that knowledge?
no, a certification. See, uh, Sai, if you talk about the certification, this is the functional knowledge where you can incorporate. For example, if after this course you can be able to understand the process, you can understand the functionality, you can do some configurations, right? And I can't promise you that you can get a certification knowledge. That is purely a different one. They might ask you because the system is enhancing and there are multiple scenarios. Provided if you follow the classes, read the implementation guide, if you do your homework, definitely you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, if you are having your, I think you should have your Learning Hub, isn't it? Right? Learning Hub is a better source of your examination where you have everything ready and there are some quiz items that are given. You can complete that, read the implementation guide, and complete this course where you'll understand the end-to-end process. Definitely you can do that.
Okay.
Hmm. That you can do. Right? So this is the offboarding dashboard. So if you see who are getting offboarded, their information, what is the termination date, so everything can be checked here. If you see this, the detailed information, the view details. Okay. So this is all about the system demo. Okay, we have seen further the configuration. We can check in detail. Let's hire an employee and see the process, how we are onboarding, what are the steps that are creating. Now you see the candidate, why it did not go to the first step, it went to the second step, where I have defined it. Everything we will see as part of our course. Everything is practical and aligned with your real-time scenarios. For example, what are the jobs that needs to be enabled in the provisioning, right? We will teach each and everything in detail, which would help for your cracking the interview whenever you are applying for a job within the company, in your internal IJPs, or even if you are applying for external company. Okay, I'll stop here for today. If you have any questions, please guys let me know. Any silly or any questions, we are here to assist you.
So, how long will AI take over this, Sham?
See, AI is a different concept, guys. See, until don't worry about it. AI is coming up now into this market. I don't think at this point you need not worry on it. Okay, because onboarding 2.0 is built on AI. Of course, you have that intelligent services. Few things that are coming up that are already there in the system, but that is long way to think. I am sure for now nothing to worry about it. If everything, even I will be impacted, everyone will be impacted with this AI, right? However, you can trust on this module, and of course, AI will be there. That's sure. That is coming, right? Now there are certain certifications in AI as well. But try to get that knowledge. But for now, you try to please pay attention. Don't worry about that. Attention on this onboarding. It's really good in the market as 1.0 is getting deprecated by May 15th or 16th, right? So most of the customers are being migrated onboarding 2.0. Okay, and
Okay.
you see it's purely based the integration. We have seen what made SAP and what made customers to feel happy about this onboarding 2.0 is integrations. If you take about any modules, there are positives, pros and cons, but majority there are pros for onboarding 2.0. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, good one.
Any questions for me? If you have anything else, please discuss with Krishna. He will coordinate with you for the next steps, guys. Okay, that's all for
I
today.
have one.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I have one questions only. So
No
like in
problem.
onboarding tool, we are creating the like
Mhm.
documents also like using the third party system. Correct.
No, documents, we don't create any documents using third-party system. You mean to say the document
Like
flow?
Adobe.
Acha, you're talking about the
No,
DocuSign.
no DocuSign. No, like
Hmm.
the tool that we are using to create a document in onboarding tool. I'm not like getting right now.
Import and export onboarding
Uh,
template is something you're talking about. See, documents will
uh,
come. See, I'll tell you. Documents, right? For doing the documents signature, right? There is
mhm.
either you can go with the SAP supported embedded DocuSign document where you can do the signature, or Adobe. If you are asking about a different document, yes, for example, during this onboarding process, right? If you want to capture the data in a form, right? You can do that.
Yeah.
That is in the document flow step where you need to do the field mapping, right? So that the data would be automatically coming up. For example, you're working in a manufacturing industry. You have given all your details, right? Of your shirt, your shoe details, and that information needs to be automatically coming in a document. That's a document flow step, which is the fourth step, if I am not wrong. Are you talking about
Okay.
that?
Yeah, yeah, like that only.
Huh. So it is that. Yes. Any questions? Size.
No questions. Yeah, I'm good. So that's what actually what we are looking for is like real time knowledge so that we can, at least go and give interviews like that, Sham. That's what we want to acquire from the course.
Yes. that is part and parcel, not only this training, where any training we go, right? So it depends upon the student how you take it and how you come up with questions, how you practice, right? So once you encourage me, for example, I have initiated the onboarding, but I am not able to see the candidate in the onboarding dashboard, right? So
Mhm.
what are the reasons for it? So if you are applying for an interview, we can discuss on those terms. Not too early to discuss, at a later point. We will see what are the points that would really facilitate, though you have initiated, it is not coming in onboarding. So there are certain KBS. So the questions wise, the interview, what they'll ask you, the practical scenarios, everything can be taken care. Yes. So we teach the real time scenarios and you practice it, come up with your questions, we can address them.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right, if you have any questions, I will stop and handing over to Krishna.